Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. My name's David and this is my channel. Today's video, lifting the veil of projection. The veil, what is the veil? I think we've all heard this idea of veil. We hear this a lot in the spiritual world. The veil, right? The veil over your eyes. Well, this is the biggest thing and it's tough. I get it. So, we'll talk a little bit about it and we'll let everybody kind of find their own way through this. This could be a bigger subject, but I'll do my best to talk about it from this perspective. The veil of projection is simply, I would say the best way to explain it is a veil has kind of holes in it, right? So you can look through it, but you're going to kind of get a dimmer idea of what's in front of you. Might be a little shadowy. So the same thing with Jesus. He spoke about a bucket, and they had kind of holes and different areas for it to come through. So the veil, when you look through a veil, you take something that you can see one, and you see many, 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 infinite amount. Does that make sense? So the veil simply says that what you're seeing out there has nothing to do with you. This is everything. That's them. That's not me. And that's what they decide. And I don't know why they do that, but I would never do that. And boy, this is sneaky because this is the ego's perception. This is the ego's vision. It simply says that what's out there has nothing to do within me. And it could be something like the body. My foot hurts, because of the past. I hurt myself a long time ago. I got this operation, so we're talking about the operation has to do with the foot, and now we're talking about how long ago it has to do with the foot. You see, you kind of have to see it. This is all the veil. This is all nothing to do with me. This has nothing to do with me now. This has to do with my past. This has to do with this accident. This has to do with this and this. You see, that's the veil. So it's in many, many, many ways. We look out in the news and we say, man, that guy over there is crazy. I can't believe he would do that. And why this would happen here? That's the veil. Has nothing to do with me. That's them. And I get it. Boy, it feels real. It certainly does. Right? We're with someone that we really, really like, and boy, they're beautiful and they make me feel great. And it's like, there's the veil. They're great. They're wonderful. They make me feel great. Has nothing to do with me. Do you see? So what it does is it enables us to see like it's not coming from us. It's coming from out there. Somewhere it's coming from out there. It has nothing to do with coming from me. And this will keep you stuck for lifetimes. This will keep you stuck forever. In fact, only when you let go of projection, truly let go of projection, which simply means it's projecting from me in a way that I can't tell it's coming from me. Just like a projector on the wall, and you say, that you don't recognize, it's just a projection on the wall. You believe it's a real picture. You see, and all of a sudden it turns off. Oh, it was just a projection. It was just a wall. It was coming from the projector. It wasn't the actual wall. Wow, that's the wall that's doing that. No, it's just a projection. And that's the same thing. That's what the idea of the mirror, right? We're fighting with the mirror, literally. If you fight with your body, you're fighting with your mirror because your body has no cause. It doesn't do anything of itself. It's run 100% by you. Now, I know that could be tricky. Woo, Dave, I can hear it. But I assure you it's true. This is a cause and effect world. And you are the cause, not the effect. So, but I've been on the other side of that. I know what it's like to feel like an effect of the body. So that's why I share this because the first thing that has to happen, if you really want to let go of projection, and like I said, do this is in your own time, is we have to take responsibility for everything. And boy, that could be tricky. I remember when I had to do that. I get that. For every personality, everything going on in my body, everything that's going here, I get it. That the mind has to be first mind, then physical. Mind, then physical. And then we have to say, it's my mind, my vibration, me, I first, then physical. Therefore, there's no outside. That's why they say there's no outside world. It's all coming from me, from me. And yes, it's coming in the form of a projection. I get that. But only when we let go of that outside blame or outside reasoning will we be able to let go of this veil. You see, so a little bit at a time. I get it, certain people in my life, no, I just can't believe that's coming from me. There's no way. And I was there too. And they were the last ones to go, no, okay, I finally get it. It's coming from me. And I assure you, all of it is coming from you. You just kind of have to sit with that through faith a little bit and say, wow, is that guy crazy? Is it really all coming from me? Because the more you say, perhaps, that's all, perhaps, you don't have to agree, just maybe. Now the journey is start. Now the answers will start coming. Now the clarity will start flowing in. Is it possible that the reason my money is not coming is because of me? Wow, I can't believe that. How I feel about this person that just aggravates me, is that really coming from me and not them? That's a good question. That pain in my body, is it really coming from my mind and not my body? That's a good question. Why not ask it? See what comes. You see? But these questions have to be asked, because what's happened is we have the question and then we have the answer. Some people, I love it when they come to me and say, Dave, I got a pain in my knee here that I really want to let go of. It came from an old accident, and then they tell me the answer of why it's there. I was like, okay, I get it, yeah, but we got to let go of that. You see, we've got to start from scratch. We got to start from now. If you really want this pain to let go of, you got to recognize that it's coming right now, not from the past. It's coming from a vibration that's still active. And that vibration that's still active is a separate vibration. Therefore, this separation of your body is there to reflect it back to you, to let you know it's still going on. Oh, there's a separation in my body, regardless of what it is. It's coming from a belief that believes in separation. That's coming from your vibration right now, nothing from the past. Not from your bed that you slept from the night before. I remember doing that too. Heck, I bought 2 more beds. My poor wife is like, oh God, here we go. Let's buy another bed for Dave because his back keeps on hurting. Before I finally realized it's not coming from the bed. It's not even coming from my back. It was coming from my mind. And then I healed my mind, and guess what? Now the back doesn't hurt. Poor back. Boy, I beat it up for a long time though. I beat up a lot of parts of my body. What's wrong with you? Why are you doing this? Until I finally realized, wow, this is not coming from my body. This is literally coming from me. I'm looking through the veil, you see. Same thing with my relationship, even with my wife. Man, why is she like this? I can't believe she's always doing this. Anyone ever felt that way? Until I realized, Dave, you're looking through the veil. As soon as I let go of the veil, whew, she magically transformed. Wow, I can't begin to tell you how much she transformed. I didn't even see her before. I was too busy looking at what I thought she was that was really coming from me. And once I switched my perception, she magically transformed from my perspective. So the veil keeps you kind of, and this is one of the harder things. I get it. You guys hate me now. I get it. It's the toughest thing to say, is my problems coming from me? What? No, I'm ready to beat you up, Dave. You're wrong. You see? Yeah, I get it. We want our problems to come from outside. I get that. But you'll never find the solutions as long as you believe that. Why don't you recognize this has got to be coming from me? And then simply all it is just some kind of belief that's keeping it going, is keeping the vibration going, you see. That belief needs to be found, needs to be let go of. And then as it lets go, and you let go, wow, I can let go of one belief, and then it flows in, source flows in with the answer, and all of a sudden the 2 parts start coming back together, and you're like, whoa, man, I can't believe that. My whole world just shifted. Just by letting go of this belief. First, I just feel better. Wow, you're right. I feel the release of my energy now that I let go of this belief. I found it. I let it go. And then all of a sudden the world starts reflecting back differently, or a person starts coming in a different way. I mean, I've had it before where I've literally let go of it and they've magically transformed in front of me. I'm not lying to you. Whew, right in front of me. This stuff is magical, guys. It's unbelievable. But we need to let go of our insistence of what we believe or what we think. That's the trick. You don't have to. It's your choice. But that's the key. Once I let go of my insistence and said, maybe I'm not seeing any of this correctly. There's another way to see it. There's another way to see it. There's true vision, and then there's perception, you see. The holy vision, so to speak, and perception. Perception, ego perception sees separation. It definitely sees projection. But holy vision, true vision, as it said in the Course of Miracles, took me a long time to really turn that on. And it's amazing. But this had to let go first. The releasing of this in order to receive this. You see, same type of idea that we're talking about. And then once that holy vision turned on, like I said, even right in front of me, just transforms. And you start realizing, wow, this is coming from me. We've heard it 1,000 times. I know it's hard to believe. But what I offer is this idea of just stopping and saying, is the answer that I believe that's outside of me, can I just believe that maybe it's not true? Can I believe that what's causing my problems have nothing to do with outside of me or my body or my past or my system inside my body, right? Or my age or what I eat, perhaps. And that's enough. Is it possible that it's coming from somewhere else? That's the only question you got to ask, because once we let go of the insistence of what we believe, now we're empty. We're still asking the question. It's wonderful to ask the question. We came here to ask questions. But as we ask that question and we open ourselves up to the answers, guess what? That source is going to come through with clarity. And that clarity flows in. For me, several years ago, when I was working through all my letting go of some of these projections, when I got lost, I would always stop and say, okay, this is my problem, and I would speak it aloud. And then I would say, when you have the answer and you believe I'm ready for the answer, can you please send it to me? That was my whole go-to all the time. And almost immediately, usually sometimes within a few minutes, sometimes an hour, it would just come in and that answer would flow to me, either through my mind or through something reflected outside of me. It's come through pretty harsh on me sometimes. That source, boom, once you understand it's there, that part of you wants to reach out to you. Big time. You are part of infinite intelligence, and it wants to talk to every single one of us. It doesn't want you to suffer for 1 second. Not 1 second. It wants to give you the answer. It wants to bring you clarity. It's the most amazing thing to turn on this idea of clarity, but you must let go of your own beliefs, so to speak. That idea of insistence, of that perception of the ego to the best of your ability. And as you let go, especially if there's anyone out there that doesn't know why things are coming, does that make sense? Especially the body. For me, it was all about the body. What is this? Where does this come from? I got TMJ. What is that even called? And how do I put this mouth guard? All these things came to me, and problems in my knees, and problems in my teeth, and problems in my eyes, and elbow. I think this is the only part that didn't hurt. It came through everywhere. And then inside, before that, all kinds of things. And I looked everywhere outside of me, and I blamed. And boy, by the time I hated the body. And then I realized none of it was coming from the body. The body was an effect. And once I started looking inside, started giving love to the body on the outside, looking inside, giving love to the body on the outside. You see, same thing with the people in my life, forgiving them, loving them unconditionally. Why? I searched inside for the answers. One and the other. I recommend that. Once you recognize this has to be coming from me and you kind of know it, then you want to give forgiveness and innocence. That's what forgiveness is. I'm going to forgive and see innocence on those people, all those things, even the things that happened to me in my past and things that's going on. I need to forgive so I can go search inside for the true answer. Ego says, no, hold on to them. Okay, if we wish. But then the answer eludes us. Because in order to receive the Holy Spirit, in order to receive that bigger part of who you are, we need to empty ourselves with our own answers of where anything is coming from. That makes sense, doesn't it? So we can come in. And the biggest place that we look is outside, somewhere outside in the form of blame. So projection. Ponder this carefully for yourself. Where can you let go of projection? So I'm wrong. Who cares? Why not try it? Why not? Just say, This is my problem, and I'm going to act like it's not coming from where I thought it was coming from, and I'm going to sit with it inside and say, is it possibly coming from me instead of here? And just watch what happens, because that's just asking for the truth to come in. Oh, here, I hear them. They're asking for it. Come on in. What do you got to lose? You know, if all things aren't working, why not? Insistence equals resistance. If you have resistance in your life, you have to have some kind of insistence. Do you understand? Some kind of insistence of how it should be. As you let go of insistence even a little bit, you will let go of the resistance, including the resistance in your body. If you have resistance in your body, look at where your insistence is in the body. And as you let go of those beliefs, everything will flow in a much more magical way. Take this with you. As always, it is my gift, and as always, it is up to you what you prefer to receive. It is such a wonderful journey, and as my wife says all the time, in case anyone hasn't told you, you're doing a wonderful job. I have much love for all of you. Hit the like button if it's speaking to you. Feel free to subscribe. And as always, keep the comments coming. I love hearing from each one of you. And if there's anything or any light that I can offer any of you, I know the path, at least as much as I can, that you're on, and I know it's tricky and I know it's tough. And as always, my unconditional love and appreciation.